Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, back to stir the controversy pot once again by talking about vaping on board cruise ships. Why are we going to talk about vaping? Because Carnival Cruise Lines has had to come out and they have had to say, look, this is our policy on vaping. They have had to let people know that, look, the rules are pretty simple. You can only vape in designated smoking areas. Seems really simple, seems really easy, yet there's problems on board cruise ships. There are stories of people who have been caught vaping by the pool on the Lido deck, in the buffet, walking down the cruise corridors, and of course, inside their cruise cabins and on their balconies. Has anybody out there ever seen that? Have you seen someone vaping outside of the designated smoking areas? If you have, share where did you see it in the comments below. Let's see how many times someone has seen this. But because it happens, cruise lines have to come out and clarify their rules because people write in comments and want to know, why does this rule exist? You know, you want to know why rules exist on cruise ships? Because of people. People do things that disrupts other people, disrupts the basic harmony on board cruise ships, and now rules have to be written to say, stop doing this. That's where rules come from. Now, this brings up other questions. Should people who vape just be allowed to vape any place on board the ship they want? Should there be a designated area just for vapers on board the cruise ship? Or is it perfectly fine the way it is now and they have to be in the designated smoking area? Well, I got an example from someone who definitely thinks it should be someplace other than the designated smoking area. Can you confirm that Carnival's policy on vaping, is this only permitted in smoking sections of the ship? If the answer is yes, then this needs to be changed. Use of vapes in the USA is almost exclusive to smokers trying to quit smoking. Their efficiency in this role is confirmed by authoritative evidence by Harvard University. The fall in U.S. smoking prevalence since 2017 is one of the fastest in the world because of vaping. Smoking among young people in the USA is at an all-time low. Therefore, placing vapers with smokers is cruel and unjust. Vaping may not be totally safe, but it's safer than smoking and helps smokers quit. I smoked more than 30 cigarettes a day for more than 20 years and had tried everything to quit before I had a go at vaping. I stopped smoking and started vaping with a high nicotine content liquid and gradually decreased the strength over a few months. Carnival passengers include hundreds of people who vape. Why are they punished by being forced into cigarette smoking areas? Is this still true today? Is this the barbaric rule Carnival still has? Now, first, I want to say congratulations to anybody that has quit smoking. Congratulations to anybody who is working on quitting, because that is an accomplishment worth talking about. So, as far as this comment goes, kind of reads like perhaps having vapors in the smoking area sets them back, makes him want to smoke a cigarette instead of vaping. It makes it uncomfortable for those that vape to have to be in the same area as those that smoke cigarettes. And if that's the case, look, I get it. And in that case, maybe a specific area down the way set aside just for people wanting to vape. I could see possibly that being the solution to help folks like this out. Now, as far as the rest of the claims in there, look, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I had to do a little Googling because I was kind of curious about the smoke that comes out when a person vapes. Well, it's not a smoke. It's actually an aerosol mist that comes out because nothing's burning, nothing's lit. But this aerosol mist still does contain nicotine. It does still contain chemicals from the vape itself. So it's not secondhand smoke, but it's still secondhand contamination to the people around you, which is why cruise lines have to come out and say, look, this is the only area you can do this in. You can't do this around other people. They don't want it. They don't want to see it. They don't want to smell it. They don't want it on themselves. It could medically affect them. What about people that have asthma reactions? And just like smoking cigarettes, if you vape outside of the designated areas they currently have, there could be consequences. Could be fined. Could be kicked off the cruise ship. Yeah, can you imagine that you get kicked off a cruise ship for having a vape and using it someplace you were not supposed to? Talk about a terrible end to your vacation. So once again, just to clarify the cruise line's position on vaping, it can only be done in designated smoking areas, at least right now. So let me throw it out there to everybody else. What do you guys think? Do you think vaping is fine being placed with cigarette smokers in the designated smoking area? Do you think they should have their own designated area for vaping? Or are you even one who says, you know what, it's just a vape, it's not hurting anybody, I will puff it any place I am, regardless of those around me? May not be a lot of those, but I've seen enough examples of people saying they've seen it on board cruise ships that I am curious if anybody does believe it. Let us know in the comments below. Where does everybody fall on the subject of vaping on board cruise ships? All right, and that is going to be our video for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.